Good afternoon, everybody. Today I thought I would just take you for a bike ride here in Medan. I had some things to do and I didn't feel like driving, so I thought I would use this bike. I want to tell you a little bit about this bike. It's about 20 years old, first of all, and it was given to us by a co-worker. And apparently the bike used to belong to a Dutch fella that lived here a long time ago. And look at how excellent this bike was designed. There's a friction powered light for the front of the bike, so when the tire spins, it spins this piece which powers the light. It also has a built-in lock right here. It also has a frame mounted pump around this side of the bike. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's Bridget's bike that has a frame mounted pump. But it's got fenders and the gears still really work. They work really well. The tires are in good shape. All we did was wash it and oil the chain. And actually we bought this child seat for Veda to ride in. So this brand Gazelle, it's a Gazelle Medeo. And I think it's Dutch. I think it's a Dutch brand. But I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think European bicycles are superior to North American bicycles. Just the way they've been engineered. And this is not a mountain bike by any means. This is just a commuter bike that people use to ride to work and back, and just to ride for pleasure. And the Dutch certainly know what they're doing when it comes to bicycles. So I'm just getting to the end of my housing complex here, and then we'll go for a ride on the busy street and see what we can find, see if we see anything interesting in Medan. Oh, and I have a funny story to tell. This morning at about 7:30 this morning, we got a text from our business manager at school, and he said, "We have a new visitor at school." So I was kind of just getting out of bed and I looked at it, and it turns out there was about a 10-foot python that the ground staff had found at school. Now it's Saturday today, so there's no school, but he texted it out to us teachers because he thought we would enjoy it. And I showed River right away, and I said, we looked at each other and I said, "River, we have to go check this out." So we jumped in the car and we drove about 10 minutes to school. And luckily we got there just as the ground staff was getting ready to capture the snake and put it into a big sack. So I'll show you that clip now.
John! Keluar kepalanya. Buset itu. Foto. Gonimat. Berat bang. Gonimat. Kepala dulu. Nah. Tunggu masuk semua.
Enggak bolong enggak tuh koninya?
Enggak.
Wow.
Ekornya itu Bang Mat, bukan kepalanya.
Hey, Sukeman.
Di mana emangnya? Ya di situ dalam popcorn. Oh, lu apa? Ikan mana ikannya apanya?
Oh.
Kali bro.
Berapa kilo, Pak? 10 kilo.
10 kurang lebih.
Oh, 10 kilo. Wow. So those guys, they handled that snake like they've done it many times before. It was so cool to see that. That's something that I have never seen before, and certainly something we wouldn't see in Canada, is a snake being removed from a school ground. But there was it wasn't dangerous at all. Like I said, these guys have done it many times, and today's not even a school day. The ground staff said that the snakes come from the farm next door. They make their way into a storm drain, and they will actually climb their way up the storm drain and come out onto the campus of our school, because there's a brick wall that goes around the perimeter of our school, so there's no other way for them to get in. And there's a lot of stray cats that hang out on our school campus. The kids feed them and that kind of thing. So I think they were there to hunt for some of the cats. And actually the snake did have a big bulge in its belly, so one of the ground staff said that he thinks we might be down one cat at school. So interesting, so cool. That's another one of the reasons I love living here in Indonesia, is to get to see things like that. Oh, and by the way, the funniest part is we were asking, what are we gonna do with the snake? Are you gonna go release it somewhere or in the jungle? And turns out, nope, that snake is going to be sold to a warong, a local restaurant, and it will 100% be eaten. I thought that was pretty funny too. I guess there's a traditional type of alcohol. I can't remember the name of it, but I'll post it on the screen. And that type of alcohol, when it pairs well with barbecued snake or cooked snake meat. So hopefully someone's enjoying that juicy python right now. I'm just about to turn onto Jemen Ginting Street, one of the busiest streets in Medan. So I have to get my wits about me. I'll just let the sound of the traffic take over the video from here. Siang Pak.
Yeah.
Siang Pak. How was the day? Hey! Hey! Everybody likes to be on camera here. It's so busy. Nice day. Thank you. Siang Pak, hello. Hello. So it's 55,000 for a haircut, 55,000 rupiah. I'm just gonna pop into this bank machine and get some cash. Then we'll get a little snip snip. Okay, all good, got some cash. Let's go get a haircut. Hello. Okay, here we go, fresh haircut. Another reason I love Indonesia is because I got a haircut for 55,000 rupiah, and then the barber spent about almost 10 minutes like massaging my scalp and massaging my neck and my shoulders, and then it's really, you get a lot for your money when you get a haircut here. So, and he took a lot of pride in his job, and I really appreciate that. I wore a hat in there, but I always feel bad. He put so much work into my haircut, I didn't want to put my hat on in front of him. I thought that would be rude, but I guess I'll just go without my hat, even though it's pretty sunny today. Okay, well, I guess I have to cross the street safely and then make my way home. All right, here we go. Now, as much as Medan is growing on me, it's still got to be one of the worst pedestrian cities in the world. It's so dangerous to walk on the side of the road here. I'm riding my bike today and I'm kind of dreading having to cross the street. Oh, it looks like there might be an opening here. Hey, I'm gonna take it. Oh, no, never mind. Almost. Almost made it. But they do have electric buses now. I'll have to wait for the next red light. Hi, how are you? Saya dari Canada. Canada, yeah. Where are you from? Oh, Samalincar. Oh, very nice. Nice to meet you. Thank you. So friendly. Here's the intersection. I'm just gonna wait until the light turns red, then I'll try to safely cross. I would love to go for bike rides with the kids, but like look at the sidewalk right here. I mean, that would easily swallow up a small child. There's no way we can ride bikes with the kids here, except for inside our little housing complex. Bye bye, have a nice day. Everybody's so friendly. There goes an ambulance. Even the ambulances get stuck in traffic, and it's hard to watch. You don't know how crucial it is, that how injured the person is in the back of the ambulance. All right, there. I just ran across the street, made it safely. We drive this road every single day. We drive down here, but it's hard to, almost impossible to look out the window and kind of slowly see what's going on. I've never noticed this before, but there's a bunch of spices. There's so many different types of shops that you'd never see when you're driving by. So that's why I like to get out and walk or ride my bike. Siang Bu. Here's hello, how are you?
Sobot.
Good. Kuat.
Jaya, kuat.
Oh, kamu toko ini?
Bibi.
Ya, buat toko buat.
Bibi.
Oh, terima kasih Pak. There's a nice fruit shop here.
Harga apa, Mister? Harga apa?
Harga apa?
Harga ginting.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Terima kasih. Pisang, avocado. I'm not sure what margaba. I'm not sure what he was saying. Restaurants everywhere. Another thing that is absolutely crazy is people constantly drive the wrong way. So there's 2 lanes going in one direction and 2 lanes going in the opposite direction. but a lot of times people just will just travel the wrong way. It's the equivalent of driving the wrong way down a one-way street, and they don't seem to, it's kind of no big deal, you know, nonchalantly driving against traffic, weaving in and out. It seems crazy to me, but I guess it's getting less crazy every day. Hello, Puck. I want to stop at the Indonesia here and see if they have any hydrogen peroxide or rubbing alcohol, because I need to take Veda's stitches out of her head. In the last video I mentioned she slipped and fell and got 3 stitches, but I don't want to go back to the hospital because I know it's going to be another 4 or 5 hours wait, because the hospital is very busy here. So you can see if I can get some alcohol and just use a little pair of scissors to take out her stitches. Just looking for the first aid section. Ah. That should do it. All right, so success. I got a little bottle of 70% rubbing alcohol to help take out Rumi's stitches. And I bought, this is my favorite treat beverage here in Indonesia. It's Bintang. Bintang is a brand of beer, but they don't sell real beer at the convenience store. I don't drink real beer anyway, but this is 0.0 Bintang. It tastes pretty good. It's kind of got like a, I think it's got a bit of an apple cider flavor to it. It's nice and cold. Yeah, that's good. Really good. It reminds me of a hard cider, without the alcohol, of course. They were on sale 2 for 1, so I bought 2. Hi. Yeah, that snake episode this morning was so cool. I'm so glad we got to experience that. River is a real animal lover, and he's really interested in reptiles and creatures of all sorts, so that was really neat that we got to go witness the guys capturing that python. And one of the ground staff that captured it said it, he didn't officially weigh it, but he just kind of picked it up and he said it felt about 10 kilos or about 22 pounds. That's a pretty heavy snake. It's the biggest one I've seen anyway. It was really neat. It's one of those moments where I felt like, wow, we really live somewhere really exotic. Hello! I really felt like we lived somewhere exotic and we're capturing pythons on the campus at school. However, back in Canada, we lived in the Rocky Mountains, and more than once we had to bring the kids inside because there was a bear on the playground, a grizzly bear. So I guess it all depends. Can be dangerous creatures wherever you live. Here's a bird shop. Hi. Hello. Keeping birds at home tends to be a pretty popular thing to do here. I see a lot of homes, particularly wealthy homes, with bird cages outside. You can hear them singing. Good old Medan, North Sumatra. As crazy as this looks, the traffic, I mean, we are actually getting used to it. We're going back to Canada for a few weeks. Next month, it's our summer holiday. So the school year is ending. We'll be back in Canada. I wonder what it's going to be like when we try and drive in Canada. But before we go back to Canada, our last weekend in May, we are actually taking a road trip to Lake Toba. We're going to Lake Toba with some friends, and I've never driven that far before in Indonesia, so I'm excited and a little bit nervous, but I know there's a new toll road that was built here in North Sumatra, specifically for people traveling to Lake Toba. So you just, I guess you have to get a toll road card and you just stop and pay your toll, and I guess it's a nice modern well-built road that goes almost all the way to Toba. I think it stops at Siantar, and then you just take the old road for the remainder of the way to Lake Toba. But we booked a really nice hotel, and I've heard from so many subscribers that we have to go see Lake Toba. So finally it's gonna happen. We have a break from work. We're gonna go see Lake Toba at the end of May. It's a long weekend. Getting close to the housing complex here. I guess I should hop back on my bike when I cross the street. All right, back on the bike, across the street safely, successfully. Hello. So, pretty exciting little Saturday. Haircut, snake catching. We went grocery shopping this afternoon, and that's not very exciting, but we're settling into quite a nice little life routine here in Medan, North Sumatra. I'm happy, the kids are happy, Bridget's happy. We're just really grateful to be here. Life is good. Well, home sweet home. That's the end of my little adventure for today. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you like this kind of content, please click that like and subscribe button down below. Hi guys! See you next time.